Alright, hello Pisces, Aurawest Tarot here, and today we'll obviously be doing your sign. I've restarted this video like, I don't know, several thousand times at this point because I forgot to hit the stopwatch. So this time I got it right, so we'll be doing your reading today. Now, for the monthly reading, I will be doing, just for the general format of this video, I'll be doing your monthly message. We'll be looking at love if you're single, non-single. Now, this is kind of controversial, but if you are kind of like cheating on your partner or you're not being really faithful, I guess the singles might apply to you. I don't condone that, but you can check that out too, because maybe there's some advice or something in there that maybe might change your mind. Also be looking at your career portion, going if you're unemployed and employed. Lastly, we're doing a collective advice message. This is once again going to be for your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, for the sign of Pisces, not Cancer, not Aquarius. So only if you're Pisces that message will apply to you, and the same goes for the monthly. So hopefully, if anything, if you don't resonate with the singles, non-singles, or anything else, the monthly will resonate with you. Now, if you don't know how to get, if you don't know how to access your moon sign or your rising sign, I've left information in the comments section of the video. It's the little bottom drop-down tab. Go to that. I've left instructions on how you can access that information and go and check it out. Now, if none of that stuff applies and none of my messages apply, and you've checked out the other videos and none of the messages apply, then I'm not your tarot reader. Go and find someone else. Unfortunately, that's just how life is. Millions of situations going on at any given time. I can't read for every single one of them. So it's just not your path. I'm reading for a particular set of people, and the message is generally consistent for that. So if you do resonate, then stick around because I'll have more information for you. So let's just get right to it because I've already delayed this video about 500,000 times. So we're going to just start now. I do have a spectator with me, so she's been distracting me, but I'll try to do my best. Alright, so the general portion will start at 19. Now, if you see me peering over at the corner of the desk, it's not because there's something interesting there. It's a piece of paper. I'm writing the timestamps down to make your life easier to navigate this video. Just for those of you who are the ADHD type. So let's get right to it. Alright, what do we have for the monthly message for Pisces? Give me 3 cards, please. And also Pisces, and for the last 3 that I haven't read for yet, I am really sorry about the extremely late video. It will be approved on December. I am planning also doing a for those who are non-singles, an all signs reading. I'll be starting that in December, so maybe that'll apply to you if you're watching this. It's just something I'm just added as a new feature. I also I also did put a donation link in the About section, so if you want to go check that out, it's also on the main page there, so you can click that. I need donations to help me try and get either a new phone or a new computer, one or the other. I need more space. It takes a lot of storage, as I found out, to edit these videos, and especially in higher resolution. So it's been limiting me greatly. I am employed and I'm going through bankruptcy right now, so I unfortunately don't have the money as much as I would. As much as I hate to say that out loud, I don't have the money to fund some of these projects right now. I am working on it, but with bankruptcy it makes things a little complicated. So if you'd like to donate, I will take your name down for a future event that I'll be doing, just as my appreciation and to give thanks back. But without further ado, let's get right to it. Alright, so what do we have for the sign of Pisces? Can we get 3 cards, please, for their general message? What general messages do we have for the sign of Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for the month of November? Or last week, I guess, should I say, of November. Alright, what do we got? What do we got? We got the Hierophant coming out, Taurus energy. We've got 10 of Cups, Pisces energy, and we got the 7 of Pentacles in the reverse, Taurus energy. So Pisces, without any clarification, it looks like some of you are. There's some talk with these 2 cards I'm most interested in, because this is going to talk about marriage, relationships, So this seems to be a strong focus for you for towards the end of November. But I do have the Seven of Pentacles showing up here in reverse, which does talk about sometimes not the best planning or past or things that may not have gone the way you expected them to. So let's get some clarifications and find out a little bit more. But there is something to do with family or marriage or some type of partnership, for sure. Just get a clarification. Great clarifications for the Hierophant upright, the Ten of Cups upright, and the Seven of Swords reversed. We'll let Judgment card come out. A Nine of Pentacles now in reverse. Interesting. And then I have Three of Swords in reverse. Alright, so for the Hierophant and the Judgment, you may be making a decision of some sort about a commitment that you're wanting to. I always look at the Hierophant as a commitment card. There's a lot more to the Hierophant, but to be honest, when I look at the Hierophant here, and when I'm talking about general monthly message, it can go so many different ways. So I have to assume, based on the other cards, what it's indicating to. And given that the Ten of Cups is here, I have to assume that that's some type of marriage or some type of close relationship or bond with someone else. Now, Hierophant is being clarified by the Judgment card, so that probably is indicating that you are kind of weighing out to some extent whether or not to move forwards with something and doesn't align with your true self. You may be seeking counsel from someone else at this time, given the Hierophant's there. It does talk about someone that's wiser than yourself that is present, so this could be a family member that you're seeking a counsel from. We have the Ten of Cups here, but it's being clarified by the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, which concerns me because of the fact that the Nine of Pentacles does talk about sometimes an inability to maintain independent security, meaning that you are not confident on your own. Without a financial backing behind your name, it's oftentimes very difficult to secure your future, right? I mean, you have to have some footing on the ground to be able to move forwards, and when it's reversed, it's generally talking about losing control of that. You're not managing things. It may talk about poor planning on that side of things, which is interesting because the Seven of Pentacles is in reverse here, which can also talk about that same that same thing. So for some of you, this may be talking about getting out of a home situation of some sort. And the reason I'm thinking that is because the Three of Swords is showing it in reverse. So that's talking about getting over a pain of some sort. In many cases, that's going to be a relationship, which, you had a divorce, a breakup of some sort. But the Three of Swords is clarifying the Seven of Pentacles in reverse here. So that's going to be talking about some type of poor planning, but it's also incorporating a pain of some sort. I have to be general here. I can't say a relationship because of the fact that I don't know. It's a general message. But given that the Ten of Pentacles the Ten of Cups is here, clarified by the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, I have to assume that this might have been a marriage of some sort or a long-term commitment where you guys were supposed to be together in a more stable scenario that perhaps poor to planning that was not, ideas or decisions that were not the best. Things fell through. That doesn't mean to say that you intentionally did it. It just means that we're, part of life. Things sometimes go wrong, and we all do rush into things from time to time, especially serious commitments that seem to look good at first, but then develop into something that's not so good. This doesn't mean to say that your connection's bad either. This could also mean that it's a couple that's just struggling through times that maybe made a decision of some sort that fell through. But the Ten of Cups is still upright, so if that is the case and you are with somebody, it probably suggests that you are staying strong through these times and you're learning from whatever pitfall that you had. Because I have to assume that if the Three of Swords is not talking about a relationship, it might be talking about maybe it's a financial loss. It really hit you. You lost your car or something like that, but you're still standing. You don't know. So there's a lot of things, but there is some type of judgment call being made here, decision, weighing on things a little bit. And also the Hierophant here, so maybe this is getting counsel from someone, maybe it's a financial advisor of some sort, over a home situation, a mortgage lender, kind of refinancing things. There could have been some financial decision here as well that unfortunately led into a disaster of some sort, or was a bad investment. So that's your general message. let's move on to the next things. We'll see how it kind of fleshes out and see if there's anything else that pops through. Sometimes I find with the other portions of the reading, it will kind of clarify into that, and we can get a bit more information. All right. Let's check my panel there. So what are we, singles now? That's going to start at 10:21. Alright, what do we have for single Pisces? Those who are single Pisces. Can we get 3 cards, please? Can I get 3 cards? Can I get 3 cards for single Pisces, please? What do we got for single Pisces? Getting on heartbreak, you know, which is funny because we had the 3 of Swords showing up earlier. And then also another Pisces, again. You know what's interesting about this Pisces is that I'm getting that through this heartbreak, or whatever this pain is, you have been recovering through this. So for those of you who are singles, you have been getting over something that did not work out. Now, given this is singles reading, talking about relationships, I have to assume it's a relationship, right? So you do have an opportunity that's showing here. Whether this could be somebody that is presenting this, or it could be the same person, i.e. your ex. There is the King of Pentacles in reverse here, so I have to be concerned about that. Why is the King of Pentacles in reverse here? Let's clarify these cards and see what else we get there before I give my final thoughts on what's going on here. Page of Swords. Judgment card comes out again. What? And Knight of Pentacles. What the fuck? I shuffled that too. Let's get different clarification. I mean, it makes sense, but I'm just like, wow. I don't know. I could have sworn maybe. Let's think of this now. Sorry, guys. Let's just. I don't know. I want to make sure this is right. Seven of Cups. There we go. 5 of Pentacles. Alright. So 4 of Swords clarified by 7 of Cups. Single Pisces. So Pisces, what I'm getting here is, so with the 4 of Swords, you're generally getting over. I know in your, as I said, in your general monthly, right, you were getting out of something. There was some type of heartbreak or some, you know, it doesn't have to be a heartbreak or some pain. But the 7 of Cups is here, so I was talking about different options. So I think you are kind of looking at your options, your overall, who's available to you, where you're going, your direction. It's kind of, I call it the window shopping card because that's exactly how I see it. It's just, it's a lot of different crazy options that you have. Can talk about fantasies and other things, but it seems that you're coming out of this. Now, I have to assume that if you're getting over somebody, right, you're going to be looking for other options. So that's where I'm thinking why the 7 of Cups is here. However, it does seem that whoever you fell out with, 5 of Pentacles, is wanting to offer you another opportunity to have things grow. It seems that they want to, in some ways, work on things, and I just think it's convenient. I mean, look, these people are out in the cold, right? So I have to assume if you're getting over something, that this is somebody that you have recently dealt with, and now they're offering you something, an opportunity to grow, to expand. They want to go somewhere with you. So this is probably the same person, but there's a but. King of Pentacles in reverse. They can talk about someone that's non-committal, can't be a liar, does not honor their word, and that's a big problem. Somebody that's not financially stable. And we had the 9 of Pentacles show up in reverse, which can also talk about someone that's not stable, not financially able to take care of themselves. And I'm concerned that the same person, or it could be someone else, but less likely, I think it's the same. I think, to be honest, to be frank with you guys, this seems a little confusing because we have 3 court cards here, but a lot of people might say, oh, that's 3 people. I think it's the same person, Pisces. I think it's the same person offering you to get out of the cold. They're communicating with you that they want to work on things. Okay? But I'm a little concerned because whoever this person is seems to be, as far as the material aspect, doesn't seem to be doing too well in life. Okay? I also have to look at the King of Pentacles that's in reverse, and that's going to imply that that is Pentacle energy with air energy. So this person's definitely probably communicating this to you, which is probably why the page is there. Okay. I don't know if I would trust this person. I would probably take a step back and just, I don't know. I mean, what does your intuition tell you, Pisces? I mean, of all signs, you and Cancer. I don't know about Scorpio. I never really looked into Scorpio, but I know for Cancer and Pisces, definitely have a tight connection with spirit. Probably Scorpio. I mean, I think maybe all the water signs do, but you know, if you are a water sign watching this, like in your sun or your moon, you know, you follow your intuition, because it's definitely probably telling you, if you know this person is someone that is a little bit clingy, a little bit dependent on you for money, it doesn't look like anything's changed. So just be aware of that. Alright. Now, how does Pisces see this person that's showing up in a single spread here? Tell me more about this person. Tell me more about them. I'm kind of curious, because all it's really saying here is that they're just offering you stuff, you know, and it's like they want to change and stuff like that. But, you know what? Let's do this. Tell me about what caused this person to be out in the cold. Clarify 5 of Pentacles. What caused this person to be out in the cold with Pisces? What caused this person to be out in the cold with Pisces? So I have the Wheel of Fortune and the Chariot showing up here. Cancer energy, Leo, Scorpio, Taurus, Aqua. I think some of you may be dealing with a Taurus sign here. Yeah, probably a Taurus. But it's showing here. It looks like this person had the opportunity, Pisces, to honestly, they had a golden opportunity, and it looks like they missed it. Now the Chariot's talking about, you know, being confident, putting your idea into motion, taking action. The Wheel of Fortune is like the green light, saying that you can do it. Fate's on the other side. But it's clarifying that the reason they're out in the cold was because of that. So I have to assume that this person didn't take that opportunity. Which tells me they're probably a person that ignores their intuition. Somebody that's not confident in themselves. Probably why the King of Pentacles is reversed. But hey, you know, they're looking at you, wanting to grow and expand things. Come out from the cold between this. But you have to ask yourself, is it worth it? Because I can guarantee you this person calls this. Why would you go through 3 of Swords, and then you have to go through 4 of Swords energy, and then you got this person that's hounding you here, and the reason it didn't work in the past is because they didn't want to take the opportunity that was before them. It was a golden opportunity, it looks like. So who the fuck is this? I mean, that's what I don't like about the 5 of Pentacles there. It shows me that you have put this person out in the cold for a reason. And it's clarifying that right here. That they missed that. So they fucked up, really, Pisces. I have to say this. I'm on your side here. Whoever this person was. But let's get some advice and see See what the advice shows here. So, well, basically for the singles, if you're single, what it's suggesting here is you're going to have someone that's probably that you've already dealt with. I guarantee this is an ex that you've pushed away that's fucked up. They're going to be coming back in the picture offering you the same bullshit. I don't know if you should take it or not. In my advice, don't. But let's see the advice here. What advice do we have for single Pisces for the rest of November, for the last week of November? Seven of Pentacles in reverse shows up again. What's interesting is it's clarifying the Emperor in reverse. I can tell you right now, this is this person. Whoever this unstable person is. Nine of Pentacles reversed. Seven of Pentacles reversed. The Emperor reversed. This is all talking about somebody that fumbled the football who fucked up. Shit that has not worked in the past. Especially this person. This person does not know how to manage anything in their life. And on top of that, when the Emperor's reversed, can talk about someone that's overly controlling. They don't manage things well. They want to be seen as the boss, and maybe they are the boss in some cases. It doesn't mean to say they're managing things well. They may be over-domineering, bossy, wanting it their way. It's their vision, not yours. But what it's showing here is Seven of Pentacles reversed, bad seeds being planted. And we saw that in the general messages. So this is generally cautioning you. Whoever this person is that's trying to come out the cold, trying to communicate with you, trying to have some type of transformation with you, an opportunity to say, oh, yeah, things are going to be different. This, let's do things, let's try it this way. Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Bullshit. Because it's calling an advice, telling you that to not repeat the same bad seed that you planted last time with this person. And that seems to be what they're bringing back to the table, given that's their advice, telling you not to do it. Don't do it. Emperor reverse. Person that can't manage their shit. Wanting to come plant bad seeds. And we know, like I said, we saw it. I have to drill it in your skull here, Pisces, because I'm telling you, people hear these messages, they don't listen. And this is a strong warning that I'm seeing that in the advice, that this person, they haven't fucking changed. So, do what you want, single Pisces, but just be warned, I don't think this person's changed. I'm not getting a vibe that there's, for the advice to be like that is a little concerning. Given that we had, needy dependee cards, as I call them. Because it's just energy showing that someone's fumbling the football, and then it's telling you that be aware of somebody that's extremely shitty at managing, the challenges of life. Especially if they're an emperor, maybe at one point they were managing things, but no longer. But the question is, are they changing that? Are they seeking counsel? Are they getting help about that? There's a lot of people that rise to power and fall. So maybe it's somebody that is successful at one point, but no longer. And if that's the case, what are they doing to change your life? Because they're coming to bother you, apparently. So just be aware of that. Anyways, let's move on to non-singles. I get on these long-ass tangents, I swear to God. I gotta stop doing that. Alright, moving on. Non-single Pisces, what do we got for you? Three signs. Three cards, please. I feel like I'm gonna make this a fucking bonus reading, I swear. I'm just so scatterbrained right now, for some reason. Go check out the moon energy, see what that's about. I just dropped 2 decks because I'm doing the clarification. Oh my God, about time you make an appearance. I got the Two of Pentacles showing up here. It was reversed for about a century. It's turned up right. Yes it has. It's turned up right. So, what made you turn up right? You came for the Pisces reading. Okay. So it looks like the Two of Pentacles came for the Pisces reading. It was reversed, but now it's upright. And it decided that it was going to come upright just for Pisces because it's the only sign so far that was managing everything, learning to juggle effectively. So we're going to have that, and this applies only to the non-singles, so unfortunately singles just does not apply to you. Alright, non-single Pisces that are managing things better and are able to juggle things. What do we have for you? Can we get 3 cards? 2 cards actually, since the Two of Pentacles was kind enough to jump out on its own and grace us with presence once more. Tower in reverse. Oh god. Actually, I take that back. Sorry, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's not bad. Non-single Pisces, calm your fucking shit. Alright. Let's clarify right off the bat. I don't even think I'm going to talk anymore just until I clarify, because I just feel it's better this way. Interesting, alright. So, Pisces, this basically is talking about... It's talking about some kind of commitment. Oh, I have to say you're non-single. Yeah. Non-single Pisces, are you dabbling in a toxic lover that you're trying to get away from? I have to be concerned when I see the Two of Pentacles there, and it's clarified by the Devil in reverse. It's like, I'm trying to get out of this energy and learn how to live life after this person. That's what I'm getting. And I think that you are in self-doubt a lot, and probably keeping a lot private to yourself, and probably also worried about things getting exposed about the situation that you've been in. Now, as far as the energy is concerned, you guys are very much still together. So I have to assume that this is on the verge of destruction. You're like this. This is how you are. So this would be committed. This is where we're at right here. We're still connected, but by thread. Okay? A card of learning to balance things in your life, right? And it's being clarified by the Devil in reverse, detaching, getting away, or trying to get away from something that's toxic. The Devil in reverse can also talk about a worsening of something that's toxic. So just apply it how it resonates, but the Moon card is reversed here, and it's clarified by a Tower in reverse. There's a lot of reversals here. The Moon card, when it's reversed, can talk about being exposed, having secrets come to light. That's always a concern, right? And the Tower in reverse, maybe that's talking about that you're worried that people are going to find out that you're still clinging and holding on to this relationship. What do you think? I'd be concerned. I don't think it's cheating or lying or something. I just think it's there's a focus on whatever this connection is that may not be the best connection, and you know that other people might judge you for it. Probably why we saw the Judgment card earlier. And last but not least, the strawberry on the top. We have the Nine of Wands here, and it's clarified by the Page of Wands. So definitely energy, a lot of energy being put into working like a slave in this relationship. You know, having to defend yourself, guarded, worried, you know, and the whole energy here is just on defense mode. So I really do think that you're protecting yourself from... I don't think it's being exposed. I just think there's things about this relationship that you know are unorthodox or probably don't work, and you don't want people to know about it. But you're concerned about it, and you're putting in a hell of a lot of work to make sure that doesn't happen. So that's what I'm seeing for the last week of November. Let's get some advice here, given this is a wacky situation. What advice do you have for our non-single Pisces that are dealing with a difficult situation that perhaps they don't want others to know about right now? Strength in the reverse. Drop your boundaries a little bit. Stop being so guarded. Clarify strength in reverse. Let's just see if there's anything more to that. Two of Swords. You've already made a decision on the situation, Pisces, that are committed. You're committed, like I said, it's not for singles. So you've already made a decision on this. It's also talking about possibly, for some of you, waiting too long on a decision. Two of Swords, when it's reversed, generally indicates that out of a long decision period that you're coming out of it, but it can also talk about somebody that's stuck in decision. And I can definitely see this energy about all this possible doubt with the moon reverse being there, that you're trying to this could also be a situation of fighting, looking at people that are judging the situation, and it's like, who wants to be judged by other people all the time? No one wants to. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter how much you say you don't give a fuck. People judge, and we all very much know it, and we all to some degree care about it. I don't care who you are. It's just built in as a human, unless you're a psychopath. Because psychopaths are pretty much, or sociopaths are, for the most part, the only ones that don't really give a shit about anything. Even then, I still question that. But I have to assume that, this could be talking about one or the other. It's either coming out of this, you are coming out of a decision, or you're stuck in it. And then Strength in Reverse. The energy, the intuitive downloads coming to me is just, drop your boundaries. Drop your boundaries. Move forwards with the decision. And given the energy that's on the table right now, this would confuse the hell out of me too. I mean, if I was in this thing, I can really resonate with this message that's on the board right here, that it can keep you stuck in limbo for a while, which is probably why this was upright at one point. You were thinking about it. Actually, I would assume, because this is the advice, that you are thinking about it, and the advice is telling you, come out of a decision about it. Don't be so uptight about this. Maybe it's your life. Especially for those of you that are, if you are independent, or even if you're living, with others or whatever, your parents or whatnot, you have to understand that at the end of the day, it's your life. It's not somebody else's. Doesn't matter how crazy your life is. It's lessons you're supposed to learn. No one else. So you're not there. You weren't born to impress the other person, show them that you're right, or prove to them anything, or live to their standards, or whatever. It's your life. So if this is a relationship that you're dealing with that has had a lot of problems, maybe your parents, or maybe it's your friends, or it's whoever, you feel like they're judging it, or maybe you're concerned about them judging it, okay, who cares? It's your life. You have to kind of draw that line eventually, because the reason I'm saying this, honestly, look at that guy. He's really stressing out there. We got Page of Wands here, so it's like, it kind of seems like you almost decided, like, I really have to work hard to protect, to cover this, keep this from being exposed right here. I don't know why, but you would know, Pisces, but that's what I got for you. So come out of the decision, lower your boundaries, and start with writing down your values. Do you even know what they are? If you don't, write them down. Seriously, write them down. You're the only person that's going to know what you're about and what you want out of life. No one else. And if you don't know what you want, you can't stand up for something you don't believe in because you don't know what it is. So write it down. Ugh. I kind of feel this is a clusterfuck reading. First time I'm saying that, but this is resonating. Hopefully it is. Okay, we're going to move into career, unemployed. Actually doing pretty good in time. Alright, what do we got for a career? Pisces that are unemployed. Can I get 3 messages, please? Pisces that are unemployed. Can I get 3 messages, please? Pisces that are unemployed. Can I get 3 messages? Damn. Pisces, so for those who are moving... Jesus, wow. Making some moves here. We got the Chariot showing up here, Cancer energy. We got Aries energy with the Four of Wands, and I have Aquarius energy with the Six of Swords. Okay. Unemployed, Pisces. It does seem that you have a vision. And I want to say it's with somebody else. Now, just because you're unemployed doesn't mean that the other person is unemployed, because I definitely see more than one person here. So I have to assume this is probably going to be more for people that are committed. You guys are moving forwards with a new idea of some sort. You're going in a new direction. Perhaps you change the budget up. Perhaps this is an idea of some new job, a new venture, something that you might be starting, but you are manifesting it. And the Six of Swords here is looking like turbulent times. It's a lot of challenges. Maybe people are doubting you. Maybe you have a lot of opposition. Maybe the odds are stacked against you for making this successful. But you are most certainly putting a lot of drive and determination towards that. You could also have a partner of some sort that is helping you. You are probably connecting with other people that may be helping you. Maybe this is family. Maybe this is why that's there. Could be a married, if you're married, it could be your partner that's helping you. Could be a lot of things. But Four of Wands, let's talk about getting together, celebrations. It could be talking about communications, working with people, having other people help you with things and stuff like that. And then you got the Chariot putting a huge amount of drive and energy into this. And you got the Six of Wands, which is moving on to greener pastures. So I like this, Pisces. For those of you who are employed, it looks really good. Whatever you're doing, it seems that you are putting drive or passion into some type of project. Like I said, there's so many things this could be indicating. Really and truly, it could be talking about a new project that you're trying, a new business venture you're trying to get off. It could be talking about taking. This is also to some extent, risk, if you will, about going into. So I have a brain line. This is also about so let's say, for example, if you're doing a clothing business, right? You had that idea, right? And now you drew it all up and you kind of said, let's take a go at it. You got to put energy and drive into that, right? So that's what you're doing here. You're putting your Chariot towards that and trying to make it a reality. But at the same time, it does take a lot of strength. It takes a lot of, just a little bit of hope, right? You have to believe in yourself, confidence, and you have to have direction. You have to have a plan. You're putting it into motion, and that's what the Chariot is. So I do get a sense that you are doing that. For others of you, this may be talking about maybe a family situation that you're trying to make action, make moves to try and keep your family afloat. I have to assume that because of the Six of Swords there being present, it can talk about turbulent times, difficulties. The waters aren't very restless. You see the moon is still very much dark there, which talks about that there's a lot of unknowns and stuff. So if you're starting a new business venture, that's why I was bringing that up a lot, is that you wouldn't really know everything about it, right? So that could talk about that a lot. So either or, there is some type of difficulty that you are going through, unemployed Pisces. Go for your, if you're employed. But overall, the message is looking pretty good. What advice do we have for those who are unemployed? Unemployed Pisces. Let's get a advice card for you. I don't think you really need it. I think you're going in the right direction, unemployed Pisces. But let's get a advice card for you. Eight of Pentacles. So Eight of Cups. So Eight of Cups can talk about, obviously, losing desire in something that's emotionally not fulfilling you. Things that, a situation that may just, you just lose your creative drive towards it, right? And I think what this is really talking about is don't give up. So this kind of comes back to what I was suspecting. If this is some type of creative venture that you may be on, but you're going to face some challenges, heavy challenges. And with the Eight of Cups being here, don't give up, Pisces. Don't keep with it, keep moving through, keep going with the Six of Swords, because of the fact that she, even though it's dark, the clouds are dark here, even though the sun's not shining, it will shine eventually, right? So you have to say to yourself that every single day that goes by, you're going to have some bad days. You're going to have days where you just see no growth. You're going to have days where things just don't go anywhere, or where people doubting you or laughing at you or something like that. Don't give up on it. Saying don't walk away and give up. So that's what I'm getting for you, unemployed Pisces. I think, to be honest, that's fantastic advice, because what I'm seeing here is I'm seeing determination. That's what I'm saying. So for God's sakes, don't give up. If for those of you who are starting a business or doing something different, keep at it. There is success that's going to be around the corner for you, for sure. All right. Let's move on to our employed Pisces. Let's go start it. All right, what do we have for our employed Pisces for the last week of November? Going to get 3 cards, please. A little monotone today, just it was a very busy day, so I'm a little more passive today. Normally I'm pretty animated, but well, I had a card drop out. The truth. Every time, I swear to God, I make a point. Every time I make a point, Ace of Swords comes out. If you watch every single video, I swear to God, there's been like 4 videos where the Ace of Swords comes out. Every time I make a point about something, it's amazing. Alright, what do we got for our employed Pisces? 3 cards, please. Death card. Ooh. Judge. Oh my God, you've got major arcana throughout them. You got Death card upright, Scorpio energy, Sagittarius with the Temperance and Reverse, and the Judgment card coming through here. That's Scorpio. I guess some of you might be dealing with Scorpio on this or something. Okay. Wow. So, employed Pisces, this looks like you are possibly leaving a job of some sort that may not be, that was lopsided, not balanced. Or at least you didn't feel that the flow of things was going in your favor. It's possible you got fired. It's possible that you resigned from the job. It's possible that you just put in your 2 weeks and left. Death card. Talking about ruin, things that fell apart, right? But it's the phoenix rising out of ashes. That doesn't mean to say that things are completely lost. It means that you have seen what didn't work, and now you're willing to grow from it. Okay? And I have Temperance in Reverse here, something that possibly, I have to assume, just was not mixing well with you. It wasn't, you weren't resonating with it. And you had to make a decision on it. We all have to make decisions in life. That's just putting our big pants on, okay? And so for some of you Pisces out there, I have to, like I said, this was probably an emotional decision to leave a job. Death card doesn't mean literal death, it just means transformation. So I do think this is a turnaround. I do think it's going to benefit you and it's going to move you forwards. And it's coming from a strong standpoint. It's a judgment, it's a firm decision. It's not reversed. Okay? And I want to say, even though the Temperance is reversed here, I want to say that it's connected with the Death card. So this is probably talking about whatever happened. Also I have to take into account the Ace of Swords is here, is that perhaps you discovered a reality about the job that you're at. Maybe it was a dead-end job. Maybe you just realized, maybe something came out of your boss's mouth or something, slipped out, that you suddenly realized that there's no growth at this job. Who knows? Or maybe the company's going under, you don't know. But whatever the case is, it seems like you are aware of it, and you are making a firm decision on it. So good on you, Pisces. I like this. I kind of like this new energy is coming through, and you're starting at Pisces, because it's been some really shitty energy the last 3 weeks, and it seems like you are making some pretty solid moves here. I've had some pretty wonky monthly sign readings, but so far of all signs, you're really kind of making some, I don't know, I want to say like mature adult decisions here. So I like it. What advice do we have for our employee Pisces for the last week of November? 10 of Cups. Don't lose sight of what's close to you. Family, friends, loved ones, the stability that you have. With the Death card being here, this can be something that's upsetting the imbalance, making a judgment. To make that decision does take time. It does take effort. It does take a lot to think about, right? If something in our life, especially if it's a career that we might have been at for 5 years, comes to an end, it's not something that you just think about once and then go the next day, sleep over it, and you forget about it. It's on your mind for a while. And I think the advice is talking about don't lose sight of your loved ones, the ones that care about, what keeps you grounded at the end of the day. So it's very common that people might come to your aid to support you. Hopefully they do. If you don't have anyone, then maybe you have a dog. Maybe you have your animals. Maybe you have a house still, right? Don't lose sight of what you have. Enjoy what you do have. Look around and see what you have accomplished, because we get too fixated on something that didn't work out, especially if it was imbalanced. We can get lost in that. But I don't really get so much. I really do think that you are kind of coming from this as a balanced perspective, and you are making a very wise decision, whatever the case is. I just don't get this vibe like it's coming from uncertainty or anything. I think this was a firm decision, and you're aware of it, and you're coming from a very balanced approach. But the advice is saying, whatever the case is, if you have family, friends, or anyone, maybe even animals count, they're living souls. If you have animals, whatever the case is, don't lose sight of them. Okay? It's very easy to get lost in this and then forget those that, that provide us with that little, that comfort. Even like I said, even if you have no friends, you have no family, if you have maybe a parakeet or whatever like that, being alone or something like that in an apartment or a hotel room, or whatever the case is, having that friendly face or something come up to you can be the difference between going to bed depressed or being happy. Okay, and if you have none of those, just go outside, see if there's someone there. Maybe there's a person that might be sitting out there too that you can talk to. You never know. So that's what I'm getting off the 10 of Cups. I know it's not like a literal description of the 10 of Cups, but I just intuitively what I was getting off of that. So hopefully that resonates. Alright, let's move to the advice section here and then wrap this video up, because I need to take a break. I don't know, I think I'm so there's so much going on today, Pisces, and I've been trying to keep up with everything. So sorry if your video was a little wonky, it's just one of those days. But I love you, Pisces, I love you. I do enjoy really making videos animated and lively and stuff, but tonight's just not one of those nights. That's a serious night. So you got the serious read. Alright. Alright, so advice is going to start at 48:12. So this will apply if your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Pisces only. What do we got for the advice for the rest of November for our Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Pisces? What do they need to know, Spirit? Can I get 3 cards, please? Wow, and I got the 10 of Cups again. So I got 7 of Swords, the Hangman in reverse, 10 of Cups. Clarify 7 of Swords. This is clarify here. Just, I already have a message that I think I want to say, but I just want to clarify it just in case it means something else. Wow, 4 of Wands in reverse. Look at that. So, Pisces, I think it's kind of standing the same as what I just said in the employed section there. And what's interesting is we got a home card here, and we also have kind of like a home card there, but it's reversed. Right? With the 4 of Wands reversed. I think this is in some ways talking about whatever challenges that you're going through, to be very wary about avoiding family in the situation and being stuck in thought for extended periods of time. you do need to get perspective of everything in life that happens, but you have to be concerned that sometimes we do stay stuck in thought for way too long, more than we need to be. Four of Wands can talk about also isolation. It's talking about not being open to wanting to be with friends. You don't want to do things in yourself. We're feeling like you're kind of subjugated to that. And then we have the Ten of Cups here, but also the Seven of Swords. So I have a lot of energy showing kind of like reclusing, wanting to go as a recluse almost. And the advice is just to be aware of that. Don't try and evade, because if you're going through some challenge, to isolate yourself. It's saying involve others, have the support, because you're going to find that you're actually going to do better in the long run. Because just having that, you don't have to involve 50 people. Just have one person. Hell, talk to your dog. At the end of the day, it's, as a human being, acknowledging another living being is important. So I don't know, this whole reading has really, it doesn't seem like it's involved any type of toxic lottery, which is great. But it has kind of talked about a lot of self-doubt, or kind of like secrets almost, like kind of keeping stuff to yourself, like just a very reclusive energy, which I know Pisces can do. Okay, so I'm not really surprised to some extent that I'm seeing this energy, but it is just kind of cautioning you to be aware that your family, your friends, your loved ones, those who do care about you, those that there are other people out there, Sorry, we have a loud Nancy over there. There's people out there that are willing, and sometimes we're in a state of mind that we might not see that. And for those of you obviously in a family, don't ignore your family. Don't do it. But that's all I got for you, Pisces. I think to be honest, out of all the signs so far, you've been doing great. Just, stick with it. You're going through something, though. I don't know what. I don't really have my sass tonight, so you're just getting the lighter west tonight. But we have one more card show up. Page of Wands. Clarify that. Knight of Cups in reverse. Let's talk about the same thing here. Don't lose sight of your loved ones. Alright? Anyways, that's all I got for you, Pisces. I'll see you on the next one. Hopefully this video wasn't total shit. Love you. Aurawest.